Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead in name and in nature, and welcome back to South Mountain Creamery. So as you can see, it's slightly early in the morning, but the chaps are here already, and we've got something rather urgent to do. So I wanted to get this done first. Money's gone up. Did a little bit more of that woods forestry, chopping down those trees at the edge of that field. It's slightly slow work given the limitations of how much we can pull at once, but we're getting there. It's made us a little bit of money, so we'll keep doing that bit at a time. But what we need to do today, first thing, is get this going. Oh, what am I doing? I haven't finished yet. Not sure how many potatoes to put in it. I suppose I could just fill it up at the farm, but we're here now, so I'm going to put 2 in. I think that'll be where, yeah, I think it'll be a lot more than we need, actually. But but I can. I sort of. I mentioned this before. I can always use part of one of the other fields to put the rest in. Still dark out. Left the tractor somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. Stuff should be over there. So yeah, I mean, if we've got any excess, we can always put it in one of the any excess we can always sell it. Hopefully, you know, having the potatoes at the store will be quite popular, and we should be able to shift them quite easily. The logs are starting to sell, so I expect those to become quite popular. Obviously it's now mid-spring, so popularity of that will decrease, but might stock up in time to do the same again next winter when demand should increase. I might think about how we're doing it. The trailer's alright. We've already had some comments in the store that you have to park on the road and blah blah blah, so I have to think about where else we might be able to do that. It's a fair comment. But I might just do that for now while the demand's quite low, and then we'll rethink before winter next year as to how else we can do that. Where am I going? Oh yes, I know. So, whiz this down to field 29. It's 29, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's kind of confusing because 28's at the farm. Should have all the lights on really for driving on the road. Alright. Yeah. I'll whiz this down to field 29. We'll get a worker on this, and then we'll pop back down to the farm. Should be... I miss it already? No, here it is. It's very strange. I think it looks very different in the dark, especially if you come from the other direction. Normally come from farm end. I suppose probably makes sense for me to go around the field first. I may just decide to do it myself for the minutes it's going to take me to do, given the early hour. Don't need that anymore, do we? Lower it down. Switched on. Working lights fully on. That's odd. Oh well. Looks like the planting line is actually in line with this edge. So, oh yeah, we're not going to need 2,000 litres of potatoes. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Oh dear. That's funny. It's all good. Plenty of space in those fields at the farm. As soon as we'll take the doits back with the potato planter on, get the doits finishing cultivating those fields, or at least 28, and then we can use part of 28. May as well, because it's the first one to be cultivated, and the potatoes have to go in the ground today. So I'm just going to do this bit as well. And it'll look a bit odd because of the planting angle. We've already used 200 litres actually. I don't think 1,000 would have been enough, so I think it's fine that we've got the extra. We shall see. Certainly didn't need it full. That's absolutely right. So yeah, again, lots planned for the day. You will see, however, slightly off topic, I've changed the speed to ×5. I think there's enough to do to keep us busy at ×1, but on the other hand, it'll be kind of nice to get through a season with a reasonable speed. I'm kind of hoping to do another 2 years out of this, and of course 2 years in total on this map at least, and of course we've got FS19 looming, so I've got a mass amount of time, and I am still hoping against hope that we will get Shamrock Valley on console, though it's looking increasingly less likely, I feel. We'll have to see as time presses on. I know it's in testing, or at least I've heard it's in testing, so fingers crossed we will get it soon. But I'll probably still keep doing this map alongside it. I'm quite a bit more advanced on Welker because I've been running that always at ×5, so, and there's not much else going on Welker at the moment because I'm waiting for the crops, so I'm just doing a bit of forestry off screen till it's harvest time pretty much. There's not a lot else to be done, but there's tons to do on here. And nicely enough, we made, and I do forget, I did think about taking a screenshot. I think we made about 5,000 on milk last night, which is pretty good. Though I do seem to remember, I think milk prices are a bit higher over the winter and spring. Yeah, that will drop, but it's good. Means a worthy investment in cows. So we'll be getting some more today, and we'll also need to sort out the Powerfood now that the bunker silo is ready, 100% fermented. So loads to be doing. Still wanting to chop a few more logs for the to sell at the store from our little plantation, little wooded area. Also keep on cultivating, ploughing and sowing the 3 fields at the farm, so we'll try and get whatever potatoes we've got left. We'll put in 28, then 28 needs sowing. I can't remember what I was going to put in there. I was going to do one of wheat, one of corn, which I can't do until tomorrow, so that's fine, that takes that pressure off. And I think one of sunflowers, because I think, if I remember rightly, quickly check, that sunflowers were actually the highest priced crop. Yeah. Actually it's touch and go with soybean. Soybean prices are going up as well. So either really. Actually soybean prices are going up. And actually we've got a green, we're selling some crops today. We've got a green on grains towers for sunflowers, and that price of soybean at Goldcrest Pacific is going up as well. I'm still waiting for corn to max out a little bit, but I see it's topped out at Goldcrest Pacific at 762, but it looks like grain towers is still going up. So yeah, it'd be worth holding on, see what price that gets to, and then whichever it is sell, because actually I've got 44,000 litres, and that's quite a lot. That's going to be worth quite a bit of money. You know, it won't be quite 40,000, but it won't be far off. So you know, and then of course need to keep going on Mr. Watson's trees. I ummed and ahed about scaling up a little bit to try and get it done faster, but actually I figured that given that prices are quite low at the moment, that actually by the time I leased, you know, if I lease a Scorpion King and if I lease a lorry and I lease a couple of bigger trailers, I could lease 2 trailers, 2 70,000 litre trailers, and tow them both together. Actually by the time I've done all that, that would cost me pretty much the amount of money that I'd like to get off the last trees, because the wood chip price is dropping. We're approaching summer, so it didn't really seem worth it. We'll just do it as and when. I don't think he's in a major rush, so you know, we'll just get done what we can. I'll do it as a bit of a filler in when I've got not too much else to do, or I'm waiting for workers. Off screen, of course, I'm not going to make, you know, I'm not going to plan to, again, just so that we can get, you know, through it, keep going, keep things ticking along, but bringing the money in, which is eased a little bit. You know, I've made about 30 grand so far off that wood, which is not bad. And I mean, I had to buy, I spent probably about 20 grand net once I'd sold the trailer on a couple of new trailers, so probably about 50. It's not bad actually, but the price is dropping, so it's not worth getting to work on this now. Nearly finished. And yes, one pallet of potatoes would have been plenty, but never mind. Like I say, we can always plant and either sell, or hopefully demand will be big enough in the store. We'll see. Last couple of little rows. So I will finish this off, and then I'll drive this back to the farm and I'll see you down there. Right, so field 29 is finished. I've bought the Deutz far back down. Still got quite a few potatoes in. Wrong button. So, and I've started a worker running across the bottom corner of field 28. As you can see, we've still got patches at the top that need doing and along the edges, but this bottom bit was completely cultivated. So I started him off. Magically enough, he's redoing the bit that he just did, which is just genius. So that obviously worked really, really well. I was about to say I did a strip so that it would, you know, so that he'd only do downwards, but it clearly didn't. And although that's bit already been sown, it's replanting. That's very strange. Okay, fine. Fine, have it your way. So what we'll do then is we'll quickly, as you can see, at one point the worker went slightly rogue and went and cultivated a field that's not even been ploughed yet, but never mind. These things happen. Get him started down here. Now there's a double strip, he should stop when he gets up there. You better keep an eye on him though. But still, if there's still some left after he's done this bit, and it's going down to some much bigger field this, so may need to rethink. I wasn't going to bother leasing a proper harvester, because I think I'm going to struggle to do it, to be honest, to use it on the bigger field. I was just going to get the bull wire, but now I'm doing this bigger bit. It's 10 grand to lease. It's quite a lot of money. Oh, workers, honestly, can't trust them to do anything, can you? Got a funny little glitch in this field. That's really weird. No, it still won't do that bit. That's pretty odd. I did notice actually it looked like there was a patch that hadn't been cultivated. Right, I'm going to do another strip. I'm not sure what it is that it doesn't like, whether it's just that. I don't know if it's the signs of the telegraph poles, but then wow, another bit, it's just not planting. Oh, but that's very peculiar. And yeah, it was cultivated fine. That's really odd. And there were certainly crops in it last year. Most peculiar. And there's a patch there it won't sow, another patch there it won't sow. And yet it's all been ploughed and cultivated. Very, very strange. Well, what we'll do is we'll get a worker going up this way now. See how it gets on. Seem to be a few bugs, these fields, places. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm gonna end up having to do this myself, aren't I? Okay. Well, I suppose the animal market's not open yet. I'll do this. I'll see you in a bit. So I finally managed, it looks like successfully, but we'll see how we get on, to get a worker on the potatoes. And I thought I'd bring the Hurleman down to put some narrow tyres on. And if I can remember where I put the spreader, ooh, not pretty. Oh my goodness, really not. Then I thought I'd start, might be a little bit early, but we'll go and have a look, to put some fertiliser on both the grass field and the field with barley in number 9. Get those done. And of course, as the other stuff greener, we'll need to go and do the potatoes a bit later in the day and everything else. So I thought I may as well get this set up. You'll also notice the money has gone down quite considerably. I've just ordered another 15 cows from the animal dealer. So while I'm waiting for those to be delivered, I thought I'd come and do this. Can it take the weight? Yeah, it looks alright actually. I might need a front weight, but it looks okay. Oh, it's empty. Thought I'd fill this up. Next one's fertiliser, right? Yep. There we go. Let's switch the engine off. So yes, so the money's now in, well, it's a bit low, so I better try and find some time to do some more logging at some point today. But yeah, so we'll get this going, and then the next thing to do, we better make some power food and clear up the cow area. And actually, if we order some more cows, we'll also need to refill water, grass and straw, and probably some hay and or silage as well. So yeah, we need to spend a bit of time this morning look after the cows, get them all set up, and then in the meantime we'll keep workers going on fertilising and cultivating and ploughing, and you know, and then I'll go and do loads more forestry to go and pay for all this stuff, because crikey, busy time. Okay, now it's full. Now it's going to struggle. Now I need a front weight. Oh, I wondered. Of course, we've got that huge one. Actually, we've got one already. I just need to very, very, very carefully go and get there. Nice and slowly. No jerky movements. No rapid acceleration while going around corners. Luckily, of course, it's also on the way. No late braking. Yeah, so I'll put that weight. It's probably far too much for the poor old Hurleman. The weight that we've got for the Massey should be around here somewhere. There it is. Unfortunately, no, don't need that yet. We'll do later though. Need to get field 28 sown today. But yeah, I did check, and we're right for corn, sunflowers, and or soybeans. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. We'll see. I'm surprised. I might do sunflowers actually, because as the prices aren't that different. Oh, come on. It might make sense. As well as I've got it out. mind you, actually, first thing I need to do before I can use that anyway is to get some is to get some of the forage out of the silo. So we'll need to get straw and hay out of the silo and put on the ground. I can't fill that direct from the silo, so I'll need to put it, which is why I've left that shed over on the other side of the yard here. That's better. Perfect. But yeah, that's why I've left that shed empty, so that I can use that for, hey, we're out of potatoes. Perfect. So yeah, we can use that for putting in hay and straw, ready to make the total mix ration. I need to figure out how to use that feeder. I've never used it before, so it'll be interesting to see how we do. It might be too early to do this, actually. And actually, so how did our worker get on? Oh wow, that's not bad, actually. I'm going to lose a little bit of field, but actually that's pretty good. So it's almost filled that square down there. That's perfect. Oh, that was lucky. I mean, it was perfectly planned and judged. No, it was just lucky. Good. I was getting a little worried at one point that it might be too much. Close the gate. Is it coming? Yep. Yeah, I was worried it might be too big a field, and I was going to have loads of space left over, which would just have been a waste of field, but actually it's very little. That's really good. I'm pleased with that. So the next thing I'll need to do then will be to go and get the Deutz Far back cultivating again, and get him to finish that field off. Because then a bit later in the day I can get the Massey Ferguson on sowing it with wheat. And then that's how the two straw crops are done. Now then, if I switch this on, do I need to lower this? Yes, I do. Does it actually work? Oh yes, it does. Okay, so perfect. We'll get this done then. Which should also mean actually we're in a good place to do field 9 as well. That was sown yesterday also. Sorry cows. Slightly unorthodox way to fertilise the field when there's still cows in it, but you don't need to see this. Okay, so potatoes finished. Potato harvest is returned, and a worker is now continuing to cultivate the rest of field 28. And we've got a worker continuing to fertilise the paddock, the cow paddock. Pasture, whatever you want to call it, pasture space for cows, but yeah. Anyway, the grass. So I've been and I've got the little farm tech trailer that we bought yesterday to help out with the logging, and actually it's a perfect little yard trailer for doing this, because the new TS16 I bought is quite big, so it's spot on for this. So yeah, so I put some straw in. Now is what's left going to be enough? I put some straw in that barn so we can start to use it for total mix. Actually that's not bad. It's not full, but it's pretty good. I might top it up later. But yeah, as you see, we've now got our new cows. Their health jumped up because I bought, 15 new ones, but that will drop until they get their power food. But yeah, so I still need to top up water, grass and hay, but I'll do that later. You don't need to see me doing that. I was just using that last little bit of straw that I put in the barn because I didn't need all of it, and then we'll figure out how this Siloking works, because I haven't used it before. I'm kind of hoping that I'll be able to cheat and use it and fill it with a bucket, but I bet I can't. We'll see. Not quite under. Oh no, I'm not under one. There we go. Straw that was. So let's get some hay. Not going to fill it this time. Actually, that said, they'll need some, again, in their feeding trough, so you know what, we will, because we're not short. Quick check, the road is clear, we'll just spin this round. Okay. Yeah, probably want a smaller trailer for doing this, but anyway. We'll see. Okay. Because it's actually going to be quite tricky getting into that corner now. Should have done that one first. Lift it up because it's going to catch. That's fine, it's fine. Just bring it forward. That'll do. Bring it forward, back it in. These textures on the floor of this barn are a bit weird, they keep changing. Push it back a little bit more. Be careful because we've got rain on the way. Let's try that. I've no idea how much I need. I haven't got a clue. I had a quick look at it looks like to get what it considers to be a correct mix, you actually have to have even quantities of straw, hay and grass, which is quite straw, hay and silage rather, which is quite unusual. But anyway, I don't want to go too far back with this because I have a habit of catching that top end. How far can I push it? Actually, a little bit further. Is that enough? Oh, nowhere near. Well, that's fine. I can top it up with some silage. Now, what I also may as well do while I'm here, and before I even think about doing the grass, is cleaning this up. Not easy to do with the trailer, but still. The interesting thing was there's a little bit of a waste, but it's not the end of the world. I never got around to doing it yesterday, forgot all about it. And then overnight, because it's on seasons, and because I've actually unusually for this time of year got grass in the feed trough, it just disappears overnight. So if you leave it there all day and don't clear up, actually at midnight, the grass disappeared because it's rotted, because it's not in a storage place, it's just grass out, will rot in seasons. And disappeared. It saved me having to clean up the feed area, which was quite funny. Slightly undulating, so it's slightly trickier to pick up. There we go, that should be it. Right, I'm going to put that in here. Though next time I fill up with grass, I'll use the other feeding area, the other feeding trough rather, at the edge of the field. Right, perfect. And actually what I also said I was going to do, it's a bit tricky doing all this yard work with the trailer on the back, but it's barely worth picking it off. Helper R has completed their task, that put me off. Okay, so that should mean field is now fertilised, or have I got bits? Oh no, helper R is the cultivator. There will be bits to tidy up. But actually that's not bad, so there's just that corner of that field left. Oh, that's really good. But yeah, the fertiliser is nearly finished as well. I did actually end up going all the way around the edge of that field because it's a bit of a funny shape. And it was just easier for me to do it in advance. Right. Because it's been in the silo and come out of the silo, it's showing us chaff. So for what it's worth, I'll just put it in here. Quite surprised that didn't rot actually. That's kind of weird. But okay. Might have expected it to. Not to worry. Right, so actually I don't need the trailer now, do I? In theory. Okay. just leave it here. Helper E has completed their task, so that means their fertilising's finished. Or have I got tidying up to do on there? Yeah, a little bit, but not too much. That's not bad, actually. Okie dokie. Right, I want to try something. I'm assuming it's not going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. Just a little bit. Oh, it does work. Oh, well, that's quite funny. That I wasn't expecting. Good, because I think it might be on up. I think to get quantities right, and I have no idea what quantity that was, because I was just guessing. To get quantities right, I think this will be the easiest way to do it. It's slightly cheaty, it's not how you're supposed to do it, but... Right, so I'm going to need to put the help menu on. So if you see what I mean, it looks like it needs fairly even mixed ratios of, and that's clearly far too much, straw. Yeah, it looks like it needs fairly even ratios of straw, hay and silage. And it's about, I think it's a 2,000 litre capacity. Just check. $1,800. Oh right, so it's bang on 6 each. Thousand, 9, 8, 7, 6. Stop. That'll do. Close enough. Right. So what I need then, interestingly, how do you? And I can try it this way. I'm just slightly concerned that I'm going to get way too much. That's a little bit sensitive, isn't it? Let's try it. It just might be easier to get the right quantity with a bucket, is all I'm thinking. Turn it on. Lower it down. Actually, maybe... If I can get it to work, this will be by far the easiest way to do it. That's not bad, actually. 1276, that's pretty close. Now notice 53 and 46. Missed a bit. Oh well, never mind. Right, so again, lower it. Back up a little bit. Turn it on. I mean, in theory, should now mean that actually I should just be able to fill it, and hopefully I'll get to the right mix ratio. And I have as well, only just, because it, as sometimes happens, it's not taken absolutely everything. Right, well there's a bonus. It works. That's fantastic. I'm so happy. Whoops. Careful. Unload. Hopefully means hey, but it's the usual thing. I should have put silage in first, filled that up, and then put the power food in. So I might as well take one load of just... And the interesting thing, of course, about this is I'm using the trailer. But now I've got stuff loose in the barn, actually means I can just use this for straw, for hay and for silage. Grass I'll have to do out of the silo. With a trailer, because otherwise if I leave it out it'll rot. But that's okay. And because it's just got silage in, it'll just do silage and it'll just fill up the silage trough. Slower, it's quicker with the trailer because capacity, of course. In fact, actually that's true because it's only 2,000 litre capacity. Still though, that's pleasing. That's so cool. I like this little bit of kit. It's perfect. It's not going to be long to be fair before it's just too small and I won't be able to use it. It just won't be quick enough. But oh, and it tips on the side. That's worth knowing. Just add that down a bit. Yeah, so I mean it's not ideal for doing silage and hay alone because it's quite slow, but for the Powerfood, for right now it's a really good option. Once it's full, first go will be a bit much, but once it's full it'll be fine because it won't take anywhere near so much topping up. Right, so I will keep on going. Can you change the... No, hang on. No, okay. I just wondered if you could change the unload side, you know, the sort of... But it looks like it's just the same side every time. Not that matters. Just wondered. Good to know. That way I'll make sure I always do it the right round. But yeah, so I'll keep on doing this. I think we've come to the end of an episode. I'll get these cows all sorted out. So fill the water, fill the straw, fill the grass, sort out the silage, hay and Powerfood. The worker will continue on field 28. We'll get that cultivated and I'll go and finish tidying up the fertilisation on field 42 and I'll probably nip up and do field 9 because that'll be really easy. Wow, I mean, whew, lots done. Still lots to do, but lots done. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet and you would like to, please feel free to do so. And yeah, as I always ask, you know, spread the word. Please share this if you think there might be somebody interested in it. You know, not seen videos, perhaps is new or not so new to Farming Simulator. And otherwise, I will look forward to welcoming you back to South Mountain Creamery very soon. Bye bye for now.